Alright, this is my travel video. I'm going to try and keep this one short and sweet, but this just basically covers what I did in October. I'm recording this a little bit late, as I did with the last one. I just kept on procrastinating and all that bullshit, so let's try and keep this short and sweet. Alright, so I started off, went to a wedding in Clovis. My good friend from school, Colin, got married to Megan. Beautiful wedding, beautiful ceremony, beautiful vibes. Yeah, there's no problems, and congratulations once again if you're watching this. So the next day I drove to Dalby in Queensland. The road I took was a pretty good drive until I got just west of Wollongong. The road that I went through was really narrow, windy road, which I didn't really enjoy very much. I was behind a caravan and I wasn't sure if I'd have taken the right road at that point, because it just seemed a little bit sort of it didn't seem like that's what I was going to go through, so I thought I took a wrong turn. I should have gone through Tenterfield instead, I thought, but anyways, it was a public holiday, so when I got to Dalby, it was most things were shut, but I was still able to get into Woolies and get a couple of things, and yeah, I got a couple of things that I didn't have to go out and spend heaps of money on takeaway and all that sort of stuff, so that worked out quite well. I watched the NRL Grand Final, I watched Thurston make that golden point, that was pretty awesome. And then the next day I drove to Roma. I went through I took a detour through to the town Tara, which is, yeah, just a little bit off course, but I just wanted to go through there, you know, just stiggy beak for a split second, have lunch. I didn't really do much in there, but then I moved on to, went up the Leichhardt Highway to Miles. There was another route that the GPS told me to take, but I went through Miles because I wanted to go through Miles. This thing does work quite well. The only thing is I have to take that out, really, in order to be able to use it, because the can doesn't fit in there very well. So, try and compensate the exposure there, but we got on there, it says shut and open, so you turn it up or turn it over. Can of Coke doesn't fit in there properly, it won't shut, but for now, yeah, alright. I'm going to put this back in now because the can is still being kept very cold all the way from Tara to Miles, so that's pretty good. It's about, what was it, about 100 k's? Easy? Alright, that'll do. Moving on. Still in Miles. The accommodation that I stayed at was kind of ordinary. The website made it look like it was really, really fantastic. I thought, you know, it was going to be like the Rolls Royce of Roma. Nah, it was small. The paint was all crackly. The dunny door didn't even shut properly, which I was by myself, so I didn't give a shit. I could have camped, but I'm not a good camper. I'm not conditioned to camping. I've only really camped once or twice in my life anyway, so, and camping by myself, so it would never have happened. I wouldn't have gotten the sleep that I needed to do all the long drives that I did. The next was a drive to Lightning Ridge. On the way through to Lightning Ridge, I stopped in Surat, bought Steve-O a stubby cooler, my mate Steve. He's got that now. I gave it to him. He was really happy with that. He's like, whenever you go places, just get a stubby cooler. There was even a hairdryer in the room that I stayed in Lightning Ridge when I got there. Not that I needed it, but it was good for a bit of a laugh. I made use of the kitchenette, cooked myself some bangers and whatever, you know, made myself baked beans the next day before I took the drive out to Cowra. It was a long drive. I didn't really take any videos, or bugger all at least anyway, on the way to Cowra. Mostly I just wanted to get there, but the scenery was unreal. It's like what you would see in a movie, like it's what you would expect to see in some sort of like a war film or something. Just this beautiful landscape. And then I was on the road for, you know, however many days that was, so I decided I was going to take 2 days in Lakes Entrance. I was going to go to Eden first, but nah, I just decided I was going to go to Lakes Entrance for a couple of days and then cut through Eden on the way back. For the love of God, don't drive down the end of this shit. You'll be fucking cactus for sure. sort of interesting what's behind the trees. It's like a little mountainscape. I wonder what's in store for me yet. Oh, there's the road, on my way. I'm in Victoria now, and yeah, the landscapes that I've been seeing have been incredible. I mean, there isn't really any places that you can really stop and have a look. I'm just at a rest stop at the moment. Someone's left their shoes there. I don't know if that's intentional or not. Even then, today's gone without a hitch. I mean, I can't say that there's honestly been a single thing that has really been a bother. Pretty much this whole trip has been like that, actually. I'm quite happy. But yeah, the landscapes, the even just the greenery, everything's just completely different to Coffs. And that's what this whole trip has been about. So I'm now about 100 and, I don't know, maybe 110, 120 from my destination, so I should be there in just over an hour. So let's get moving. Yeah, just having a quick little rest because I'm starting to feel a little bit, I'm starting to feel a bit weary from my journey. So I thought I'll sit here, I'll make a video, I'll do a little walk around, take a couple of videos there. I went through Snowy River, past the Snowy River. Might make a special trip out to the Snowy River sometime. Just, it'll probably be part of another trip, but I'll probably stay in someplace nearby and just go and explore a little bit maybe. That wouldn't be too bad to do, so yeah. I took heaps of videos while I was in Lakes Entrance as well, so I'll just try and run through that a little bit. So I'm taking a little bit longer talking about Lakes Entrance. It's just a little editing idea that I've had, and but look, there's the Lakes Entrance. It was a good little spot. It was good looking at the south coast because I live on the east coast. So now I've looked at the south coast. You can't see Tassie from Lakes Entrance. Not that I really expected to. Maybe you could if you had the right sort of binoculars or something. Whatever. Yeah, lots of swans and all that out there. But yeah, you get the point now anyway. So I'm going to move on. Greenwell Point. I didn't take any videos while I was in Greenwell Point, so I'm just going to put some old videos up that I took a few years ago. Just stayed at my auntie's place. No biggie really. And then made my way over to Sydney Harbour. Sydney Harbour was pretty fun, actually. Well, I was staying at my father's place out in the western suburbs, and I decided I really wanted to have a day in the city. It was something that I've been thinking about for years, actually really doing. I'd already sort of did a day out in the city where I took a few photos. That was a couple of years ago, nearly 3 years ago now. So yeah, I decided that I was going to be in there for a good part of the day. So I took a lot of videos there as well, some time lapses, and I think I really enjoyed the trip. I think one of the main reasons why I didn't take a lot of videos on the road was because my dash cam was kind of crap. It only takes an 8GB card. It'll accept a larger card like a 16 or a 32, but it just writes blank files to it, so it's not really compatible. It's not fully compatible, I should say, so it's not really useful in that regard, and the resolution's shit. So I think I'm up for another dash cam, and I'll probably utilise that in future videos. So that's basically it. I was a little bit disappointed with how I did it on a production base, but in reality I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was well worth it. Just disappearing, seeing something new. It was valuable. It was worth all the anticipation and all the bullshit, and I went through a little bit of depression and all that blah 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 blah. That's the end of the video, so that's that. So yeah, back home in Coffs now. Yeah, I'm signing out, and have a wonderful whatever. Catch you later.